Well, everyone, we did it. Mission accomplished. Calypso has been saved from the illuminate invasion, which seems amazing, right? The community can celebrate. We took in the effort. We did it. Time to celebrate. Everything is great. Everything is awesome. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen? Well, those forces we so valiantly fought against were merely a scouting group. That's right, more to come and bigger and more dangerous than ever. Or as this one Helldiver said over on Reddit after celebrating the win against the Illuminate, just simply stating, "We're gonna be so effed in a few hours." Here they come! Oh my god. Oh, here they come! Oh no! No. I got it, we're good. No! What the fuck?
Wait, what happened?
So what does this mean for the game actually? Like, how are you actually going to be playing Helldivers moving forward with the Illuminate now involved with the equation? How's this update been received from the community? And how this entire update has been like a 101 class of how to get people hyped for your game? Because this announcement is going to be a massive study case of how to actually announce an update for your game, because simply overnight, there was an 8 times population increase to 131,000 for peak population count alone. And we're going to talk all about that in this video. So if you enjoy this type of videos, like, subscribe, and I always appreciate it. So let's get right into those details. First, I want to talk about how this entire update was just announced in the first place. During the Game Awards, the entire gaming community, all eyes on this exact moment. And you had John Helldiver himself make the announcement about the Omens of Tyranny update, bringing a whole new faction, the long-awaited faction of the Illuminate that have been rumored for almost a year now at this point. New updates when it comes to weapons, and now you have a vehicle added in, new environments you can fight in as well. Like, this announcement, while also like in character, part of a major gaming moment, and then also like being able to announce the entire update, like, hell yeah, dude, like, that's how you do it. And this trailer was absolutely hype. Like, it was so well done. It showcased everything you'd want to do with this new update. It's a fun, really cool way showcasing the new enemy type coming into the game, which is like, we'll talk about that in a minute here about how the Illuminate play and how it's going to affect the future of Helldivers moving forward, and talk about some of the interesting aspects about the Illuminate, which I think is just really funny, and how the different gameplay elements that they bring to it. All right.
Nothing's happening.
What's going on here? Look at me, look at me. I don't know how I did this. What's going on? I'm just a slippery snake. I'm a snake in the ground over here. So let's talk about the vehicle added in, the FRV. Like, this thing is killer, dude. It's basically a Warthog added into Helldivers, which already Helldivers, you can tell that there was some elements of Halo as an influence for this game, which, I mean, as a big Halo fan, I mean, just look at my wall back here. You can see, yeah, I'm a bit of a fan, but they just add in such awesome elements to this game. And basically a scarab that you can walk around the map and zap you at any time. Like, that's freaking awesome too. So like, you can see just like the grand scale of what Helldivers can offer when it comes to gameplay. And the fun thing about this is that this entire force that we fought against as the Illuminate, well, that was merely a scouting party. In a recent interview with IGN, one of the game developers over there talked about how they're going to be utilizing the Illuminate very differently than, you say, the automatons or the Terminates, and how the storytelling with them is going to be just a different type of thing, where it's going to be something that I think it's going to press a lot of issue onto the player and make things exciting again. Because I think that's been a big issue with Helldivers 2, that the initial push of when the game released, it was fun, fresh, and exciting, but it did get a little repetitive, and it felt like it lacked stakes. Yeah, there wasn't really much in the way of like, oh my god, if I miss out this week, something bad's gonna miss, or I'm gonna miss out on something, right? Like, each major order was like really kind of like a way for you to kind of just earn more war bonds so you can progress through your battle pass and things like that. But I think with the Illuminate here, it gives Arrowhead Studios an opportunity to really create some more unique gameplay elements to the game instead of how the game's actually going to play. I think they're going to be utilized much more as a limited time event type of enemy rather than a permanent fixture. Because if you look at the war map right now, the galactic war map, if you go into the sector where Calypso is, there is no more faction of the Illuminate there to be found. So if you weren't playing this weekend, well, I'm sorry, but it looks like you missed out. But we do know that the Illuminate will return. Stated in this interview that the forces that we fought against were merely a scouting group. We're gonna see more Illuminate enemy types come into the next time they come around the enemies, right? Because there are really only like 3, technically 4 different types of enemies, right? Which I find one of them absolutely hilarious, because in true fashion of Helldivers, that zombie type enemy that we fought against the Illuminate, well, these bad guys are referred to as the voteless. They cannot vote for democracy. A true shame. And then you have the Overseer enemy types, which just kind of either have a jetpack or they have a melee stick. But this one is the coolest one, the Harvester. These are basically like walking scarabs that will one-tap zap you, and they're just so cool and really provide a unique type of gameplay element that we haven't had previously with the automatons or the terminids. So not only does it just bring a whole new faction, it's not just a reskin of what we've had previously, there's different tactics and different types of things you need to do to defeat the Illuminate, which makes this update just so much fun to play gameplay wise. And in true Helldivers fashion, when it comes to any kind of new cool thing you can do in the game, you can unlock it through community events. Now we do have this FRV, the Fast Reconnaissance Vehicle. First time we really had like a cool vehicle like this in the game. Basically a Warhog, which I'm like, as a Halo fan, hell yeah. But the thing is that like they will be able to find this vehicle on the map wherever you're located. It's kind of just randomized, really. It's kind of tricky to find. I did have minimal time to play with it, but I haven't really had a chance to fully experience what it has to offer. But there's crazy wacky physics that happen with this.
Let's go, boys! Be careful! Be careful over there. You can kill.
We're getting attacked! Oh my god, he busted the freaking...
Yeah, get out. Ditch the car.
Oh no. Oh, that's not the 500 kg. Run! 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 Oh, I'm stuck in the wall!
I'm dead.
Oh my god, that was close. I mean, just look at this kind of moment. Like, this is exactly what you hope for with a vehicle. Just like epic moments like this, and just explodes, kills everybody. Like, this is just like that wacky fun that happens in Helldivers. And this vehicle just amplifies that even more. And there's a new melee weapon with a new melee armor set, so if you want to just be extra aggro, you can take on harvesters, solo queue them yourself, and just melee them to death, because now this build is a possibility. You can actually use melee weapons in the game to be effective. That's amazing. Such a huge change to the gameplay. And the community reception for the Omens of Tyranny update has been massively different compared to the previous big update that we had. You can even tell with just like the Steam charts alone, again, it's only a fraction of the player base right here, but you can, like I showcased earlier, the community just doubled, tripled, actually multiplied by 8 overnight within 24 hours from this update, and people have come back to play more and more because of how different and cool this update has been. And I think it's going to be something that I think is going to really showcase to a lot of developers and publishers of how to actually announce an update or big changes to your game. Because unlike your typical announcement structure, right, of announcing a new game or update months in advance to let people know what's going on, right? We're in a different era of information, right? Like, that's why E3 died out. It's because we're no longer in the same kind of world that we are when it comes to information. Things get known basically instantly as soon as they hit online, and something large like a Helldivers 2 update like this can shadow drop overnight and have hundreds of thousands of people jump back into the game immediately. And out of all the announcements we had at the Video Game Awards, this was the one update, one update or information or trailer or anything that we got that we could actually play that night or do anything that was exciting with this information, with the entire gaming community watching it. Like, that is exactly how you release an update to your game, right? You don't need to have these long drawn out kind of conversations like what it means to be a player for this game, or how like you can look forward to this in a year from now. Like, no, give it to me now. I want to play this. I'm here. I'm available. Let me play your game. I will say that there was one major downside to this entire update, and that's really just for people who are not just like constantly online like I am, because there's so many people out there who have lives, job, trips, you know, obligations and things like that, because there's plenty of people out here online. This resonated with 19,000 people upvoted this saying, couldn't play because of finals, now I'm ready to fight the illuminate, as in, yeah, it's here, and
it's gone. Poof.
But like I said at the beginning of this video, that the developers stated themselves that this isn't going to be the only time we're going to see the Illuminate. Like, yeah, it's cool to be there the first time they come in, they really experience like a fresh new experience, but it's not going to be the only time. And each time they do come back, it's going to be something different. It's not going to be a copy paste, at least hopefully that's my impression of this entire thing, that it's going to be something that I think it's going to give Helldivers something that's desperately needed for the longest time, and that's a sense of urgency. We had that previously, right at the beginning of the game, but after various updates and things changing with the game, that it felt like things just kind of just kept getting repetitive and wasn't really anything happening with the world, right? Nothing was really changing a whole lot. But with this update, it felt like something different, something was happening that I need to jump in and play right now. I need to do my part. But for all you people who missed out on everything, don't worry, there is still something to grind for. You still have this entirely new premium war bond to go through, and like, yeah, it does take in-game actual money currency, but the thing is that you can get that currency by just playing the game. So as long as you're grinding out, putting your time and effort into it, you actually get rewarded for playing the game. What a crazy concept. That's just Arrowhead Studios once again giving you a W, being gameplay first, community first, and like, yeah, there is an opportunity for them to make a little extra money off of just beyond the initial game sales. But like, as long as you just reward your players rightfully, make a fun game first, people will come to it, people will play it, right? We see this all the time now, especially with also like games like Baldur's Gate 3, where it's very player focused, right? There's not this insane amount of microtransactions or anything like that in the game. It's just a fun, good game, right? And this is something I think the gaming community needs so badly, because all the games are so focused on like competitive, edge, SBMM, and things like that. And, you know, just dark, gritty kind of experiences, where Helldivers 2 felt like a fresh breath of fresh air, because it's just fun. It's lighthearted, has a bit of a comedic element, has its own personality to it, and it's just something that makes people want to just jump in and continue to play. Crazy concept. Now, have you jumped back in to play Helldivers 2? Let me know in the comments down below if you guys made it this far in the video. I hope I earned your like, and well, thanks for watching. Peace out.